Hello and welcome to the next episode of Distant Worlds 2. Most likely this one is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode because I'm heavily looking into victory conditions now, therefore it's all about economy. Now, what I've been thinking about is what to do now. I do think a fleet level is decent right now, therefore what I want to do is to stop the fleet production, in fact. So we are going, fleet attacks is fine. Fleets is also fine, construction here. I don't want them to build more fleets anymore. So I'm going back to suggest here and therefore not let the AI build more ships anymore. Colony ships is fine. I ordered a lot of them for all the planets we could potentially colonize. However, I want to save up some cash now. Mega Park has finished. This planet here, we are colonizing it. Okay, the Mega Park, what are you going to give us? Mining rate minus 50%, so we cannot take someone with a luxury. Durok, how about you? That's looking good. Galactic Mega Park, giving tourist income plus 100%. No, in fact, let's put that on Mandil, in fact. It has a luxury, but it's fine, it's not that important, only war. And plus 40% happiness, plus 10% development, 100% tourism income. Well, Abilene or Mandil? I mean, the difference is basically 7 billion people. Yeah, let's push Mandil here. And the money we are making currently, I want to use that to to build some terraforming facilities. What are they doing? Web of Destiny. Evil. Now, in regards to what's going on now, the only thing we need to achieve is to have more population and more money than the AI. So is he already finished? Yes. Galavros is already finished here. Our science is bad crazy currently. We are up to 5.6k. That's insane high. Whoops, I had to make a shortcut there. Now what can we do to improve our economy? Let's look at tech here. We can, for example, use a reality replacement here, which is going to give a recreation rating on or every planet which has a space station over it. Same for something like the luxury crew environment here. I know, that's just maintenance savings. It's a different thing. Which one? It's only this one and the medical thing here, which we already got. Of course, we can also go for the commerce to boost our income from trade. And similarly speaking, in the civilian economy, we could go for something like... oh, interesting. Commerce Center 3 is here? Interesting. Didn't know. So let's maybe just pick it up here and do that beforehand. It's very cheap. But of course also like cargo systems here, improved cargo base, which are improving our civilian ships. What else we can do, of course, is go for advanced habitability to get the better biome shaping facility, or we can just improve our planets, which we currently have. For example, continental here. Very important. And that's probably the stuff I really want to focus on right now. So that's why I want to, for example, put continental in here, but also marsh. And then I need to find out which ones we got most of to get the best outcome out of these ones. But also I want to do the fuel storage here and the cargo bay upgrade and the cargo systems. They are definitely all must-haves, just to boost our transportation, the resource distribution and so on. and afterwards probably max out all these kind of colonization techs basically, especially this one. But we can work with the improved habitability for the moment. This one is just another plus 5%, and it costs a lot more, 50k more. It's fine, shouldn't be a problem. And that's roughly the plan I'm following right now. You don't industrial research. Yes, let's in fact push this a bit forward, because I do think we get the bonus on a lot of techs here. So something like our governance can in fact go down, like here. That should be fine. Skilled command, I'm not sure if we need it at some point. The diplomatic techs here, it's fine, we can trade for them over time probably. So that's roughly the, for the moment, research tree I want to do. And therefore let's continue here. We are of course not going to build any kind of the ships the AI wants to build now. Do we maybe want to do 2 research projects now? Yeah, I think that's a good idea now. Because we do have a lot of techs and some of them are relatively small, so we don't slow us down by just going for big ones. And now we basically have a lot of waiting to do. Are there any more signs? No. Is there anything we can do in regards to resort locations here? Whew. Can do the closest one, but they are not that interesting. Well, in the end we just want to have bigger economies now, as fast as possible in the end. Trade agreement. Ooh, wait a second. No, I'm not going to give them technology, especially not anything that gives them money. That's not going to happen here. Munis Mandel just skyrocketed to 73 happiness from the building we finished, the mega park here. That's of course going to be insane. And yeah, large compartments are done. That's useful. And basically we are now pushing just economy. And as soon as I can, or I want to, I will declare war on Xenox again. That's something I'm going to do. But until then I'm just skipping ahead a little bit. Okay, I've built some terraforming facilities on most of the big planets right now. So they should help us within the next 10 years more or less. Like they either need 10% upgrade or 5% upgrade because they already had some of the terraforming facilities in the past. And yeah, our income however is a little bit shrinking currently, mostly due to all the planets we are colonizing, so there's a lot of negatives here. It's just fine though, but mostly it's just the upkeep of the buildings currently which is eating into our budget here. Facility management is going up very fast due to all the terraforming which is going on. Now I'm going to sort by size here now, because when there is a big planet like this one, I want to shape it as fast as possible. So you for Axum 6 for example, good example. It has a bad quality, but it still is quite huge. So every equality gain is going to be very useful here. Now, and number 3 here, you could also use a terraforming facility. Only for Hakunish right now, but the habitability for other populations should therefore increase too. Same for like Ya Junction 3. So these two are going to get a terraforming facility as soon as I can afford it. And meanwhile we are slowly teching into more stuff. They still won't accept it, I know. Yeah, that's going to be very, very useful. Oh, ancient Mars colony ruins. got an experimental tech. Let's check it out in a sec. As soon as we got 200k, I can build the terraforming facility here on R junction 3. So let's do it. And now, Boscara, I don't care about independent colonies anymore. Now we got some experimental tech. I know that I already found one in the past. They are normally here in the far right. So super maneuvers here. Inertialist thrusters, and we got the super engine, which is not hyperdrive. It's a subspace drive. Yeah, I don't really want to research them. Would be interesting though, but not really interested right now. For example, also interesting would be to get these ones, but they are human only. We got them from some relics we found. But I do think we just want to now double down on eco stuff. And well, that's it then. So that's for the moment. We are going to go to war again. Xenox. I'm sure, you colonized 2 more planets. I don't like that. So let's speak with them, offer treaties, war declaration. And of course we're getting spammed by stuff now again. Niebuhr. Let's talk to Niebuhr in fact. They don't have tech anymore. We are getting far ahead by them. Yeah, and I'm going to just speed ahead a bit again. It's just waiting out time now and see if our invasion fleets are going to take 1, 2 or 3 planets. Okay, we are middle in the war right now. We took 1 planet out in the heart of the Xenox Dominion here. Meanwhile, we do have 55 colony ships either in production or currently refueling, picking up colonies and whatever they are doing. So there's a lot of colonization going on. I'm not sure if we are going to even colonize everything they are doing. So as you can see here, we have a lot of spam from all the attacks ongoing. We get a notice from every ship that is under attack currently, which is of course a lot because we are now deep in the territory here. We have attacked 1 planet within the capital system of the Xenox Empire. And let's see if we're going to take out the capital itself rather soonish. We do have some invasion fleets left here, even though we lost already some troops. Meanwhile, we are constantly progressing in the tech tree here, as discussed. And we do have some money again for some, I don't know, buildings, more or less. So for example, we could go here to all the small ones, build planetary administrations for all the planets which we currently or recently colonized. So that's not the most fun thing to do, but needs to be done more or less. At least, I guess it has to be done. So that's something I'm doing regularly, just for you to know how it really works out here. So this is right now just going for more or less time and wait it out. Let the AI do what it wants to do. Yeah. And we are now at how much percent? 58% of victory. That's good. We have 35% of the galaxy's population, 37 of the economy, and 33 of colonies. However, if we look realistically on it, colonies is going to be the hardest one to achieve. Just due to the fact that we cannot expand that fast. However, we can go the economic path. We have loads of planets here which are growing relatively quickly. We have 12% growth here on most of them. Therefore, they are going to be positive relatively soon and all attribute to our GDP. Now, on top, we are building all these commerce centers and all these buildings and all the colonization tax, which improve the quality and therefore increase our potential for taxation, which therefore increases our, well, GDP and so on. That's going to be very useful. Yeah. Our ships are mostly fighting here, like in here, basically fighting everything they can. Everywhere is action if you look at it. They're fighting here too. Mostly going after stations and small fleets and whatever. And I hope that the invasion fleets are also coming at some point. Now basically there's... Do we want to build more fleet? Yeah, this looks good. Let's just build it. We do have the cash currently. Even though we are down to 558k income, it's fine though. We have built so many terraforming facilities, so that's not a surprise. And I'm not sure how much are they costing currently. They are costing 10k each, so I think I built like 20 in total by now. Therefore that's alone 200k upkeep costs we added on top. However, that's going to repay itself very, very quickly. And of course all these colonies which we have been making also eat into our budget more or less, because they not only are negative at start, but they also blow up our colony growth budget, which we have to pay, which is relatively high by now. And of course, building battleships isn't cheap, and they also have a big upkeep cost. So that's another thing I'm doing. And we are doing the next invasion here, but it failed, sadly though. Maybe the next invasion fleet can solve that issue. So for example, you, Procopier Miner, is this B or 8? Ooh, laggy. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Let's better pause. Pause please. Okay. Command doesn't work. Yeah, that's the... Is that the capital? Yeah, that's the capital which we are fighting currently. And... yeah, it doesn't look like we are yet winning. And I don't think we are going to have enough here. But still, I want the capital. Maybe it's going to work, maybe not. Yeah, it failed. No surprise there. 8k defense army is quite a lot. You need to really drop off a lot of troops at the same time. That's going to be fine. However, we have 7.8 million, million points and leading. So that's also good. And I do think that's also going to, yeah. AI is wasting its armies currently there. Okay. So much stuff going on here. It's insane. Where are you? Ah, you're here in the center still. So I don't know where you're going. You are loading troops and you're also invading, which is going to fail most likely. At least from the looks of it. I'm not sure how strong it currently is. Ooh. Pause please. Yeah, we don't have a chance. Not as long as the AI is deploying like these kind of small amounts of troops at the same time. But there's a lot of fighting ongoing, and so maybe the transport ships are not reaching it fast enough. Yeah, whatever though. At some point it's going to work, and I'm going to continue building more invasion troop transports, because that's the only thing that is holding us back. So let's just build like 30 more ships here. Totally worth it. And Kyrgyzstan, yes, restricted trade agreement, I definitely want to take it. Yeah, meanwhile, the harmonious continental development is going to be extremely useful. So in fact, we could push this one. It's going to be extremely useful. and they are all relatively cheap now. That's why I want to push them through. We do have a lot of planets of different types. I don't know exactly how many of which ones. I'm not sure if it's shown anywhere, but all the all the colonization text is going to be stuff I'm picking up now. Yeah, and I do think I'm going to make a cut in the episode. What can we negotiate for? Ooh, interesting. So we could just take like all these stations here. I'm not sure how often I have to click now. I want to give you peace for it. You don't want to accept that. Let's see though. Can we take the whole economy? That would be funny. And 11 million for their capital. Is there anything we can give you? This stuff. I don't think you will ever accept that, or? Is there anything we can give you that's... The plague research is good. They have water race, so I could give them like desert. High-tech mega labs is also fine. Trade network I won't give them. Desert colonization, good. Galaxy map, fine. Yeah, I guess so. They will never accept that, so let's remove their capital from it. Then they would accept it, of course. So let's remove all the tech I would give them. That would already be enough. Okay, let's take all the mining. Let's see what happens here. We got one planet from them, so that's fine. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff here, and now they are now glowing here. That's going to be a huge problem for them because of the lack of resources now. I'm fine. We're going to declare war in like 5 years or less and continue. Okay, let's build this one. And yeah, how are we looking? 59% now. So 11% are missing. And it's all about economy. That's all. So really taking these planets out of them, it would be massive. Xenox has how much percent of everything? Xenox. Yeah, 6% roughly, 5% roughly. If we were to take everything from them, which would get transferred to us. That's a little bit of progress. Probably enough to get us to the victory condition if we can pull it off. However, I do think I'm going to make one manual invasion fleet now to prepare something like this one here, where I'm going to just put in a lot of power and then go for the big planets. Maybe even more than that. However, that's something for the next episodes, or next episode in detail. And until then, I want to build more troop transports here. So I guess another 30 cannot hurt. Come on. I want these fleets to have the biggest and juiciest troops they can have. Ooh, I didn't know that one would exist. Plus 30% on everything. At the far west, sadly though, that would have been massive to get, even though it's a bit late now. Okay, and we got a lot of stuff already resolved. Total immersion. War wariness reduction. Empire right plus 5% and plus... Ooh, definitely. Happiness for everyone. Global. Also global. That's insane. And, well, the big thing is, we could, for one of these techs, we could basically do all of them. Now, which one is less worth it? I do think perfect commerce is less worth it. And 5% development is probably... like, which ones do we need though? We do have some deserts, I know, because we have these dilute. And we do have some ice planets. However, we do not have a lava planet, so... Ah, that's all. Okay, now I want to put this one here. And in fact, no, let's do it. Let's go through them, in fact, and then go into the global ones. Because when we finish these two, the bonus is applied immediately. And we could... These two could decide. And then we have maybe one afterwards. It's not unrealistic right now. We can, however, push the global, the optimized cargo storage here. And galactic governance, how about you? You would cost, 2.5 million to invest into. I'm not going to do this. More trade, of course, that's fine. And they're not going to accept it. I tried already many times. Yeah, we're just going to expand. Also the galactic governance, of course. Let's check it, in fact, out in detail. That was a global one, right? Yeah, you can only build one in Empire. Colony bonus. Another 10% colony corruption reduction. Plus 25 development and 20% happiness. And Empire bonus 10% development globally. And corruption reduction rate, reducing range 2,000 million. That's far. So we do have to build this one on a center planet, and therefore that's going to be here, which is Abilene. Because Munus Mandil is in the south somewhere down there. Yeah, here. Noval is relative close to it. Durok is here. Yeah, so we are going to build this one on Abilene to get another 10% reduction here. The net income would probably be higher here, but the corruption reduction is more efficient if we put it on Abilene. Yeah, and then we have much bigger impact most likely on all these planets here. It's going to be very nice. Dekara virus. Interesting. Yeah. But here I'm going to make a cut. And in the next episode we are going to do one last war, but also finish these texts, which we can see here now. And maybe that's going to be enough already to win. It's only 11% we have to achieve. And we have still a lot of colony ships doing their job, which just takes time because they have to find population for the planets they want to colonize, which are mostly desert. Yeah, a lot of desert planets here. And we don't have that many populations or desert planets. Ooh, wait a second. Suitability, let's start from here. Let's take these ones up here. There are some good ones open suddenly. That's really, really good. Especially these ones here, which are not desert. yeah, whatever we can colonize, I'm going to colonize it just for the victory conditions. And of course they are going to be relatively fast and net distributed to our economy. That's a lot of colonies. But well, it's going to go even crazier because of the colonization tax we are doing, which is another 5 decrease in suitability. And if you think about it, these harmonious tags are going to give minus 15 on these planet types, which means a planet which had 5 at start of the game is then 20 and therefore suitable for colonization with a profit, which is pulling a lot of planets up towards the threshold. And we still have massive populations growth over most of our planets. So let's take, for example, one of the medium ranges here, like Nember. Nember still is growing with almost 7% per year. That's extremely fast. And of course we are having 1.6 billion people as migrants within our empire moving around, which of course is also massive and therefore pushing small planets up to the maximum very, very quickly. Or at least pushing them up very quickly, making them more profitable. Of course, all these small ones, I'm not sure, the breaking point is around 500 million, where you get profitable, depending on the luxury availability. So for example, this one doesn't have much. In fact, that's in my eyes a flaw of the game. It's all around resources, basically. But the civilian economy cannot keep up. Let's for example take Munus Mundil here. We have nothing from resources because it's just consuming way too much. And it's similar for the other planets here. 18% here. Abilene has 11%. Durok has 27 at least. But basically that's the core problem. If the population gets too big like this one, the civilian economy cannot keep up and there's not much that you can do about it. So you basically lose out. We could have here, if it would get all the resources it needs, we could have another 150% development bonus here, but we don't. That's of course not ideal, but whatever. That's the limits of the game under the current design. Now, yeah, see you in the next episode, which might be the last one. Therefore, leave a like and subscribe, and see you next time.